Another day, and something else has really annoyed me, so just roll the titles. So today I know I have a stain on this shirt as well, but I'm not taking it off. Yeah, I thought I would tackle something which got brought to my attention because someone posted it on Facebook, and it's a poster sort of thing which has been posted by the page on Facebook which is called Europeans Against the Political System. I will put a link to their page below so you can go and have a look. Underneath that I will also put a link to this picture so you can go and have a look at it. But there's some things which really have annoyed me and I wanted to address in this video. And basically my problem is with this picture. It's basically a load of nonsense, and it's basically written by what I would class as hippies who are not really that keen on working, and I personally think would actually be better suited living in the middle of a rainforest having to fend for themselves, but I digress. So this picture, for those of you who can't see it, says "Stop. You are not a machine." Already, you've kind of got one truth in there because, I'm not a machine, so well done for that one. Your natural genetic design does not tolerate 2 to 4 hours of travel per day. Yes, it does. Humans can travel for as long as they want, and if this thing of 2 to 4 hours a day, where the fuck has that come from? Seriously. If we were to go by this 2 to 4 hours a day of travelling, which our bodies can't cope with, then, put it this way, we'd have only discovered America like last week, or something like that, It's completely stupid that anyone would ever think that, right? Just completely, these people are retarded for putting that line in anyway. 2 to 4 hours of travel per day is fine. 8 to 12 hours of slave labour. 12 hours? Slave labour? 12 hours? For those of you who don't know, one of my previous videos was arguing against a company called Foxconn, who Apple have a contract with, right? And now, over in one of their factories in Japan, Foxconn have teenagers, like 12, 13-year-olds, working up to 36 hours in one shift, putting together some of the latest technology by hand for 36 hours, right? That is slave labour. That is not acceptable, right? 12 fucking hours, and you think that's slave labour just because you're doing a 12-hour shift. Get a fucking grip, right? Saying about the 8 to 12 hours, 5 to 6 days per week. And what? If your problem is that someone is working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, to provide for their family, to put food on their table, to live, if that's your actual problem, then you've got a serious problem with near enough every single person on this planet who goes to work to earn a living. You see what I'm getting here? I mean, 8 hours cannot be classed as slave labour, right? Slave labour is where you are forced to work for up to 36 hours in one shift, right? Slave labour would be 12 hours with no breaks, no music, no let up from the work, right? That is more bordering on slave labour. So let's just get the standards a little bit more right here, okay? So it's not the fact that you're working 12 hours, 6 days a week. It's the fact that, it's the working conditions which kind of make it a little bit more slave labour. I mean, you could be doing 12 hours where you're getting paid to actually sit on your ass. That is not slave labour, right? So there's different kind of jobs out there, different markings for slave labour, right? Hours don't come into it really, but 12 hours, fuck off. So yeah, it carries on saying, for whatever monetary compensation on 5 to 6 hours of sleep. 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Where the fuck's that come from? When I was working 12-hour shifts in a factory, and the most that you would have to do as part of your shift plan was 3 in a row, right? And they would be the day shifts or night shifts, whatever, right? 12-hour shifts. You have 12 hours between those shifts, right? So you can get your 8 hours of sleep, and 8 hours is only a guidance. Sometimes your body will want more than 8 hours sleep, sometimes it will want less. It depends what you've been doing while you've been awake. If you've been doing a 12-hour shift where you've been running on the spot constantly, your body's going to need a little bit more sleep to try and recover from that before you go in for your next shift, right? So we've kind of got something straight here, right? 5 to 6 hours of sleep. There is nothing to back that up to say everyone who works is only getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep per night, right? So where are you getting that from? Where's this information coming from for you to be able to put that as a statistic on this piece of crap, right? So 5 to 6 hours of sleep in a system that is built on in a system built on penalistic principle. I don't even know what that means. And a life under judgmental surveillance. What? Someone has a camera following you around all the time, do they? Or does your boss constantly lean over your back to see what you're doing? No. You're an employee. You're probably not the only one. And even if you are, your manager's probably busy doing something else rather than having to sit there and watch what you're doing. And if your manager does have to sit there and watch what you're doing, you're not doing your job right. Go and get your P45 because you'll soon be sacked. So you're not under surveillance. And judgmental, not really. If you're doing shit at your job, it's not going to take much of a judgment to go, we can get someone better to do that. So, no. It carries on though. Like it or not, you are human. Oh, well done for noticing that, really. Hopefully this poster won't be getting sent to spam bots, because if it does, it's a complete fail. Stress, harassment, constant financial worries, fear, and a sense of inadequacy destroys the health of any human. What? Since when has it been on a death certificate? Death caused by stress. Death caused by harassment. Death caused by constant financial worries. No. Doesn't happen. Those don't destroy the health of a human being. Do you know what does? You've got cancer, you've got AIDS, you've got HIV, you've got these really shitty diseases all over the world where people on a daily basis, I think it's near enough fucking every 15 minutes, someone's getting diagnosed with something, and in that diagnosis to go, well, actually, we can't treat you for this, you've got 3 months left to live. Those are the things that will destroy the health of any human. Cancer, or AIDS, or HIV, or something which is terminal and can kill you. That will have an impact on your health. Not stress. Stress won't have an impact on your health. Stress is psychological. Stress can be treated easily. It just needs a little bit of attention every now and then. If you get yourself stressed out, you need time to unwind. Funnily enough, when you're not in work, on these 8-hour slave labour shifts. It then carries on underneath to say that this is a scientific fact. Prove it. Actually prove it. I would love to meet a scientist who would turn around to me and go, stress has destroyed the health of like so many human beings. No scientist in their right mind can actually prove that. So no, it's not a scientific fact. So, kind of wrong there already. It carries on though. So why is it we accept and tolerate a system that in actual reality demands that you erase your needs and in effect commit to a slow, joyless suicide for someone else's profit? Whose profit? Whose profit? We're all born into this world with nothing. We all leave this world with nothing. Do you get what I'm saying here? No one actually makes a profit, because when they pop the clogs, that's it. Their time's up. They've gone. They go with nothing. They came in the world with nothing. They go out with nothing. There is no profit involved. If by profit you mean the amount of money that one person or maybe a couple of people can have, which would actually help to improve their standard of living, if they've earned that money through having, members of staff doing something like helping to provide a service or helping to make a product or something like that, they've still worked to earn that money. So who are you to deny it to them? It's kind of like turning around to Bill Gates and going, well, he kind of did invent Microsoft, and I suppose you invented Windows as well. But the thing is, right, basically you've had people working for you. They've been doing like 8-hour shifts of slave labour. So, you're kind of a bit of a bad person and you don't deserve your profit. Is that what you want to say to him? No. The man has worked to get what money he has. So he's, in my books, he's more than entitled to have his money and enjoy it. Because he's worked hard for it. So, if you are against this system that demands you to erase your needs, how do you erase your needs? How does that actually happen? Do you go into work and go, well, I do need to eat today, but I've got like a 12-hour shift, so I'll just erase the fact that I have to eat, because I kind of need to eat, so I'm just going to erase that. Is that what you're on about? How does that work? This system that you're against, what needs do you have to erase? And before you come at this bullcrap going, you erase your freedom. Well, freedom you have out of work. And if you feel that you're working too many hours, go and get a different job. There's billions of jobs available throughout the world. If you're not happy in your job, go and get another one, because there is another person in this world who will be more happy to do your job. So, don't ever feel that you can't be replaced, and just like that as well. Also, bear in mind, this picture was posted yesterday, so that would have been the 15th of February 2012, this would have been posted. Now, if this video is still on in like 5 years' time, right, kind of remember that back in 2012, especially in February, the whole world was going through this difficult period of time where jobs that do become available on the market are literally taken within a day or two, because hundreds of people are applying for jobs and they are happy to go and do that job. If any reason behind that, it's because it's money coming into them. It helps to improve their standard of living. So the system isn't actually that bad. To say that in effect you are committing a slow and joyless suicide, well, I hate to break it to you, but a massive part of life is death. We all die. There's no use in trying to deny that we are going to die, because if you're going to be a hippie and you're going to go and live in the middle of a fucking rainforest and try and defend for yourself, you're still going to die just as quick as someone who lives in the middle of a city and works in a bank and they do 12-hour shifts, like mountains of paperwork around them. We all die, right? The main point of living is to try and make your time on this earth as comfortable for you as possible. It's for you to go and do your own things. If you want to go and see the world is there for you to go and see. You know, it's what you make of it. So if you feel that you are dying a slow and joyless suicide, change your job, change your life, go and do something which makes you happy, right? It then finishes off by saying you have a choice. Stop pretending you don't. I don't think there is anyone in the entire Europe who has ever turned round and gone, well, you know, I can't get a different job for whatever reason, you know, and I don't have a choice. I have to go to work. And it's like, well, no. If you don't want to go to work, don't go to work. If you want to go and live in the middle of a forest, go and live in the middle of a forest. You know, it's life is what you make of it, and don't be under any pretenses that you have to stick at something that you feel is killing you, you know, so much that you're having this slow, like, joyless suicide and all that sort of crap. If you feel that that is your life, change it. You do have a choice, and this picture is saying you don't think you have a choice. And it's like, well, hang on, stop trying to put thoughts in there. I'll do that myself. You know, it's my life. I'll figure out what makes me happy. I don't need bullshit like this trying to tell me what makes me happy. You know, if working 6 days a week, doing 12-hour shifts, only having 5 hours sleep between them shifts, if that's what makes me happy, that is what makes me happy. Who the fuck are you to turn around and go, you're not happy? You know, you don't know me as an individual. Don't try and claim like you do. You know, and it's very funny at the moment. You know, this picture has had 140 shares, and you only have to look through a couple of them shares, which is really easy now because of Facebook. But if you look at some of the comments which have come on to people's shares, they've near enough got the same opinion as me, and it's going, I don't like this picture because it's trying to tell me I'm not happy in doing the things I do. The facts that are in this picture are not true. You know, it's a load of bullshit. It really, really is, and it's pissed me off even more, the fact that some of these idiots are actually sat there going, that's really true, that's really true. Do you know what's really true? It's actually quite a funny fact that some of the people, in fact most of the people who are sharing this picture actually have no job. Isn't that a funny thing? Isn't that really, really a funny thing? Hilarious. Excuse me while I just go and die of laughter. Oh wait, no, because that would be another slow and joyless fucking suicide. These people are thick. Like, seriously thick. You don't know how angry you've made me about this. And I know it's only a picture, but the fact is, this picture gets spread around, right? So a few more people start to think like this, and that is where we end up with problems like what we've got now, where it is complete bullcrap, because people are going, well, actually, you know, work is slavery, and, you know, nobody should have to work. Bullshit. People have to work. That's what's made the world great. It's where it's because of work that we've gotten to where we are in this world, and it's because of work and fucking hard work that we're going to keep progressing as not only human beings but also the planet as well, and how we manage the planet. That does take hard work. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. So if you're against this political system, go and find somewhere where the political system is something you can agree with. If you're just going to sit there in a country and moan about how that country is run, leave. No one is holding a gun to your head and saying you have to live in this country. Go and leave. If it's that bad, don't stay. But if you're just going to sit there and go, Europeans against the political system, where? Well, fuck off. That's what the political system thinks of you. Oh, just the worst people ever, I swear to God. So, yeah, fun times. I'll speak to you guys later.